Hello, it's Harrison from CureEczemaSlowly.com. Today we're going to talk about diet, what to avoid, what to remove from your diet. It's a very tricky discussion because we hear a lot of different stories and blog articles talking about, oh, why don't we remove the entire food group of fish, seafood, shellfish, get rid of all of that because that's likely to create a flare-up. We also hear things like, oh, remove peanuts because that's a very common allergen. We need to get rid of the most common allergens and our eczema will get better. But I want to point out a problem. When you do remove a suspected food group, such as seafood, you're also removing something that might be actually very healthy for you. For example, fish. They are full of omega-3, which is actually very important for anti-inflammation. What that means is it's very important to help you rebuild your immune system and counter the bad stuff in your body. So how do we really know? Do you do a food test? No, don't do a food test because most food tests around the world today is not so precise or accurate, and our triggers actually change and evolve over time. So it's not really it's not really a good promising indicator of what to avoid if you do a food test. So what can you do? There are only a handful of approaches. There are only two that I can think of. One is you eliminate based on food groups. Oh, no shellfish, no seafood this month. Next week will be, or next month will be no gluten, and then you try different things. You rotate gradually. The more hardcore approaches, you get rid of all of that stuff at once, and you just eat super clean in a very highly restrictive diet, which is an approach that I took in 2013, and it worked because I didn't want to guess around. I didn't want to risk it. What if the things that I wasn't testing is actually healthy? What about the things that I was getting rid of that could, it's very tricky. So I just got rid of all of that. You know what I mean? I just got rid of all of the potential suspects, ate super clean, and I got rid of my eczema. But for people who are more on a lenient approach, you might want to remove a food group by food group. So shellfish or seafood, and then gluten, then dairy. You want to go one by one. So there are kind of these two approaches, and the point of this video is there is no right approach. And if you are going to eliminate a food group, you need to figure out some of the things in that food group could actually be very healthy for you, and you actually don't react to it. The golden message is you need to test. No food test can give you the right answer, but you need to test it yourself. And that's kind of the question on what to avoid.